Hello, it's Liz here, and today I want to try something new. I want to make a nice floppy material journal cover. This will be a first for me, so I'm hopeful of it going to plan, or the plan that's in my head. I was going to just be organised and cut the pieces of paper that I wanted to use, and then I was just going to cut up some bits of material and then start the video just at that point. But I got carried away and I started piecing the things on the paper that I had made, and I didn't want to take it all off, and so I wanted to do this video from the very start because I think that's quite useful. But they say that people stop watching after the first 15 seconds if it doesn't grab their attention. So I thought, well, who really wants to watch me cutting up pieces of paper and material? So here I am with this bit already semi-organised. But anyway, I'll show you what I did. Let's think. So I have a piece of this white, I think that's maybe, do you know, I found it in the cupboard. I think it's maybe interfacing, or I don't know what it is, but it's really quite floppy stuff. Then just a piece of brown wrapping paper, and then another piece of that white material, and then just little patchwork of material that I have just recently acquired. I made some bits quite small so that I can play around with them, but wait till I show you what I got. This, I hope you can see that, it's maybe too high. This is the material that I've been collecting. I got some of it from Amazon and some of it, this beautiful more vintage stuff over here, I got from Etsy. I haven't used that today because, well, in my head that's more special, and I didn't want my first one to use up the special things, and that would just put me under pressure. So that's what I've got. I can't wait for the shops to open so that I can go and maybe pick up some more actual vintagey material and go on a treasure hunt in the shops. Right, so that's what I did, and then I just went through my box there and tore off some bits so that I had some bits to play with. So I have just, and that's another thing, I watched my last video back and I really need to stop saying the word so that's what I'll try and do. Yeah, so these are yeah, nonsense, let's be serious. Bits of material just laid on that backing, and what I'm going to do is just use my glue stick and glue just little bits of it down so that it stays in that spot, because I'm going to use my sewing machine and I'm going to go round all the bits to keep it all in place and make it look, because I really want that look of frayed edges and all kind of machine stitched and nice and floppy. I think it maybe will be too floppy with just this, and I think I will need to add another layer or two, but I've got a bigger piece of material. The green dots is quite a big bit, and I think I might just back the whole bit with one piece of green, but I want to see how this turns out first. I've made it that size because that's half of an A4, and I wanted the inside to be about that, to be that size, and so I'm thinking once it's folded over I'll have a little border round. So that's how I decided the size of it. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue some bits down I've got two big paper clips holding that lower bit together because it kept coming away, because there's lots of loose threads. it just kept catching and things were kept moving, and but I do want it to definitely look, do I want that over or under there? I want that bit over. I do want it to look all ragged and vintagey. See what I mean? Here we go. Let's take that bit off. This is just to hold it in place till I can get it sewn. Yeah. Come on. Just leave that sat there just now. Let's turn it round, and I've done that bit. Yeah, so nice day here today. We were at the little park today. We didn't go to the park with the coffee place this morning. We just stayed local, although we're now allowed to go a little bit further. So we might do that. Tomorrow, I think I said in my last video, we're going to my sister-in-law's garden for fish and chips, sitting outside. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a while. And maybe on Sunday we'll go for a wee drive, because we've not been for a drive, and now that the weather is picking up a little bit, we will, I think, that bit. I can always trim round, can't I, once it's done, if there's an uneven bit. But I do want it to be, I don't want it to be all exact. I want there to be edges that are rough. So yes, we'll maybe go for a nice drive in the car tomorrow. I think we'll either go down the coast one way. If we go a wee bit south, we get to Ayrshire, Burns country, and we can get to Prestwick in about 40 minutes, which is a nice wee place. And if we go the other direction, we could maybe go to Loch Lomond, and that's about 40 minutes the other way. So, and we do have a favourite coffee shop in Luss, just at Loch Lomond. So we might go there. Right, I think that's that. I think we can slide these out. And of course I'll get all the stitches on the other side. So yeah, and the only problem with going somewhere is the facility, because places aren't open yet, coffee shops and whatnot. There's nowhere to pay a visit if you need to go. So we don't want to go too far. just, do you know, it is what I had in my head. So as long as I can get this sewn, because I'm not a sewer, this bit's a wee bit bumpled up, but it's okay, I think. And that, once it's sewn, oh yeah, I think that'll be cool. Okay, I'm going to take it to the sewing machine now, and I'll be back. That's it sewn, and it's just exactly what I pictured it would be. There's the back. I'm not the best machine stitcher in the world, but I'm a little mixture of just straight and zigzag. I went all round the edge first and then over most of the bits, and did a little extra bit through the middle there, so, and right zigzag right up the bit of ribbon. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. I can't decide if I like this side better or this side. I think I like this side. There's something about the green dots that just make it a little bit more, I don't know, maybe impactful. I've tried with a couple of sheets of the paper that I'm going to use. I feel as if it is still just a little bit too flimsy. So I've got a piece of the material that was used here, and I think I'm just going to add that in, and I think that's just going to be just enough to give it a little bit more body. By the time the bits are in, that just feels a little bit better. So, and I've also got a couple of these little crochet tiny doilies that I'm just going to put, I think maybe that one. I don't know if I want two or just two's just maybe too much. I think I'll stick with the one, so I'll give that a little sew on before I put the back on. And also I was thinking about putting the closure before I sew that down, and I've got a piece of seam binding that I thought might be quite nice before I sew that down. And so that will close like that on a bow. Yes, that's the plan. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I've wanted to make one of these for a long time, and I'm so pleased with how it's turning out, because the edges and the roughness of it all is just exactly what I wanted, and I'm sure this will become my favourite once it's done. Okay, I'm going to leave you again and I'll be back in 2 ticks. Okay, that's the inside sewn, and this looks great. I couldn't resist putting a button in the middle with a little bit of twine. I am not 100% sure if the twine, I maybe should have used thread, maybe in a green, but I can easily get that off if I decide. But it does look quite cute. So that's us. I just stuck those couple of bits of paper, just so a little bit wonky, but I don't care, and it's nice and grungy round the outside. I'm not going to trim any of that off. I'm going to leave that as it is, and I can't wait to do the inside now. this closure I really like. I think the green is perfect. And the only thing that I don't love is perhaps the twine. So we'll see if that makes it through to the end. We'll see. So next stage would be to get some papers together for the middle. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to sew them in or whether to use some sort of ribbon and just flip them in, just a pull in, pull out, traveller's notebook style. We'll see how the notion takes me. So that's me. I hope you liked that. I certainly love how it turned out, and thanks for joining me today. And if you liked that, please, a wee thumbs up wouldn't go amiss. In fact, it would be more than welcome. I'd love it if you did a thumbs up. And yeah, so thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.